it's 2023 and my mom wants me to record my business for everybody on the internet.
Hi everyone, this is Judy with Cacao and Conscious Conversations, and I am in Seattle for New Year's with my family. My daughter lives here. This is my daughter, Leigh. And so I asked her to join me today because I wanted to kind of do this like wrap up of 2022 and talk about moving forward in 2023. And so even though she didn't want to do this, I was like, come on, just do it for me, please. So right now we are at the
Seattle Art Museum Olympic Sculpture Park.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got hired here to be the public engagement manager.
Woo!
So this will be my workplace in about a week.
Yay, congratulations.
Thanks, Mom.
So exciting. I know that for many of you, and I can talk about myself, 2022 was a lot. So it was a lot. It was a lot for myself, and I just want to talk about my own healing journey and my own healing process. I did a lot of family, ancestral healing, starting at the beginning of the year, and it just like went straight on all the way. I felt like the whole 12 months of healing a lot of ancestral karmic cycles and things that were held in my DNA. And if you saw my last post, I talked about my abandonment wounding that I had with my father leaving. And just want to let you guys know that a few days ago, my father transitioned out of his body and is in spirit form now. And, we're making all the arrangements to have him have a military service, since he was in the military for a very, very long time. And so my family is in the midst of doing that. So right now I'm just very grateful that I'm here in Seattle with all of my children right now. It makes me really want to just hold my family so much tighter. Even though I didn't have the best of relationships with my dad, I know that I chose him for a reason, and that he was there to help me see a lot of things. And one of the things was not to parent like him. That's one thing. But also, I think it really made me want to be a different person in regards to how I related to my own children. So, because for sure I don't want my children to feel that same type of abandonment wounding, and so I try as hard as I can to hold them tight and to love them and to be, close to them as much as I can. So I wanted you guys to meet my daughter, Heaven, and and I'm just saying, I just wanted you to meet her because a lot of my own healing, happened knowing myself as a genetic path cutter and healing a lot of ancestral timelines. Heaven had her own set of healing that she went through, this year. It was very, very difficult for her. And so I just want to ask you, how was, I know this was one of the toughest years of your life.
Yeah, 2022 started off with me going through a traumatic event that really changed my own sense of awareness and safety and how I operate through the world. And it really, I feel like, took me the entire year to even get back to like a normal functioning place. Like, I just didn't even want to go outside.
Do you want to share what happened with you?
I don't mind sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was walking in downtown Seattle, not too far from here actually. And a man came up and attacked me out of nowhere. He assaulted me and left me with a torn MCL. So I was on crutches for the first couple months of 2022 and then ended up developing PTSD. I really don't know why this happened, but I also feel very fortunate that I even get to ask why. At the end of the day, it's not anybody's fault if they're being attacked. It's the attacker that is at fault. I really hope that my story can kind of shift the conversation to why do attackers have this confidence or even this channel to release that emotion or that type of violence on somebody. And then ended up developing PTSD because I was scared to go outside and just like hyper aware of the people that were around me to the point that I was very like triggered when I was around people. And that, you know, really affected, like, you don't really realize how much it affects just like everything else. Something as easy as like going to the grocery store or just walking on a sidewalk, you know, all of that stuff was really difficult for me, and even from time to time still comes up for me. But that also, I feel like, translated into all the other stuff in my life, as like, because that affected even the relationships I had and the like job that I was in at the beginning of the year. Just a lot of things I realized weren't in alignment or weren't serving me, or just wasn't really helping me or providing a sense of safety or comfort in my life. So I really had to adjust a lot of those relationships and my career path and focus on my healing. I don't think I've ever had to put that much intentional energy or mindfulness towards my own healing like that. Like, I feel like I've gone through other healing processes before, but when it's at a point that I'm not even able to like function and do normal daily tasks, it's like everything became about my healing and getting back to like a stable place with myself. And that was really the root of just so much that changed a lot for me in 2022. So my mom asked me to do this video and was like, let's talk about 2022 and what you learned. And I'm like, I don't even want to. I want to let 2022 go. I did learn a lot, and you know, of course, everything happens for a reason, and you know, I don't even know if I would be doing this job that I'm about to start now because I left something that wasn't making me happy, and I started, you know, focusing things on that were more aligned with my interests and my passions, which is around art and museums, and now I'm going to be working in that kind of space again. But I just feel like a lot of things really fell apart for me. But when things fall apart, then you don't really have a choice but to put it back together. And so I try to do it in the way that I really wanted to see it be put back together.
Yeah, it's so amazing because so many people in the last couple of years have been going through the same thing, in that you're able to delve deep into the shadow aspects of yourself and really see where you're not in alignment and start to get into alignment with who you really are, your true authentic self. And I just want to say, like, I'm proud of having, for the first time ever, she came to one of my cacao ceremonies. in March, I think. Was it March or April this year? And none of my family members have ever come to one except my niece. So it was kind of nice that I had one of my children attend my cacao ceremonies, because that's what I'm all about, is helping people heal. And so there's a lot of healing that the planet as a collective needs to do, and that is how we're going to move through this timeline, this ascension timeline together, is when we focus on healing and looking at those places deep inside that are blocking you, stopping you, not serving your highest good, that are not in alignment with your true authentic self. And I really feel that like you said, Heaven, like you just want to 2022, you just want it to be done and over with. And the energy of 2023 is definitely, in my guidance, is just going to be a lot about unveiling more of the hidden aspects collectively on the world stage. So we're going to see a lot of things that are going to be revealed to us that are not going to be the prettiest, and a lot of people are going to be confused, not knowing what to do. And this is where, if you know yourself to be a light worker, a healer, a way show, or whatever, that, this is our time to help other people as, they come out of this dark night of the soul that we're having right now. But it's a number 7 year, which I'm so excited about, because my life path is number 7 too, which is about spirituality and intuition. And I feel like this ascension wave that is coming through will be a lot about opening up people to the spiritual aspects of themselves and understanding more about this biological ascension that we are having right now, where we're moving through and shifting our level of consciousness to our higher aspects. And that's what I'm excited about, because we are going to be stepping into another version of ourselves and making way for our, divine blueprint to come online, and being our true, galactic angelic selves here on the planet. It's going to take, some time, of course, but knowing that, having an awareness of who you really are, more than just a physical body, that you are multidimensional and you are experiencing all these different timelines all at the same time right now. I think that, and I feel that inside of me, that more and more people are going to understand that they are multidimensional, that we are super powerful beings of light. We're sparks of God, divinity, of God embodied here in the physical to do such amazing things and, help not only humanity in raising up its vibration to higher levels of consciousness, but also this planet, Mother Gaia. I do feel that there's going to be, I can see it now, I can see it in the collective too, that more people are having this super deep connection with Mother Gaia, Pachamama, Terra, Aurora, Earth, whatever you want to call her, because she is a beautiful divine being that's housing billions and billions of souls here on the planet. And it's just going to be, I feel, people are going to have a more deeper respect for Mother Gaia and her being. We're going to have a connection here. It's a little child that's in here too. So I just want you guys to know that, now is the time. I feel like we don't need to wait anymore to live our best lives. It's time to go for it and just do it. I think I just know for myself, with doing so much healing over the years, so many different ceremonies, retreats, and healing, the part of me that I felt was kind of not super online was that divine masculine part of me. We all hold divine masculine, divine feminine energies within us, and I feel like it's the divine masculine energy that was sort of not anchored in just yet, where I'm able to like move through, take action into creating what I want for myself, the highest timeline for myself. What does that really look like? So I invite you, this year to, sometimes we have to make 3D actions because we are here in this dimension still, and really know how the game works here in this matrix, and sort of doing the things here in order for us to create, a higher timeline, or moving into new earth frequencies. And that's totally okay, because we're all going to do that as a collective. And so, I just have been seeing lately, a lot of people are exiting the planet. I just had one of my friends, Jeffrey, who attended our Costa Rica retreat last year, pass away. And my mom's best friend just passed away the other day, 2 days ago too. I was named after my mom's best friend, and another uncle of mine passed away. I'm just like, whoa, like it's like hitting my family. All these people who are not here for this, ascension wave are going to be leaving the planet, and that's totally okay, because maybe they may incarnate someplace else and go through, ascension in a different existence on another planet. Who knows? I don't know, but whoever is meant to be here, will be here. And so if you are here and if you're listening to this, then you know that you have a purpose. You know that you're here for a reason. You know that you're here to make a huge difference in the world. You know that you are here to, be this beautiful leader of light here that is going to make such a huge impact, because I know that collectively we have to do this together to create the new earth. We have to do this together in order for us to move through this ascension wave together, and more people are going to be becoming aware of that and becoming aware of their soul mission. So whatever lights you up, whatever you feel passionate about, this is the time to actually do it right now. Don't wait for like, okay, if I am in this situation, then I'm going to do this. If you want to travel, go do it. If, just like what Heaven was saying, she loves art so much, and at her last job, you were doing something related to art, but it wasn't really what you wanted to do, right? Mm-hmm. And so she made it a point to, create that for herself. And I just want to say, my daughter is a really good manifester. And I want to say a creator, because she can just harness these creation energies and create things for herself. But I know that this was a tough year for you, and going through a lot of PTSD from her assault, and but I know that if you take a really step back from a 30,000 feet view and look at that, Heaven, like, I know it sucks, but you are meant to go through that for a reason. And honestly, I feel that you talking about it, talking about your journey, will help other people, because there are other people who also suffer from PTSD and don't know like what to do. I mean, thank God that you are able to get help. There was a lot of support and help, and people were reaching out, to Heaven, and that makes all the difference. Because one of the things that I know is, because we live here on the planet, we are a community. We are a community of humans together, and we're not meant to do things alone. We're not meant to like sit on an island. Like we are meant to engage and create together and love one another. And I feel like this, our human experience, that we are here to do this, and we're not here to do this alone. And so many people on the planet do feel alone, and especially when you incur some kind of trauma that causes suffering, we feel like we can't reach out. We feel like we can't talk to anybody because nobody will understand. But I want to really implore you right now to reach out to your friends if you do feel that you are going through something that is super difficult. Reach out to me, reach out to, anybody close to you, because there is so many people who are willing to help. So many people have such good hearts. It's just that we just don't reach out. We don't connect. And as humans, we are, I feel like, designed, to connect. We're designed to be more tribal and live together in community. And this is, for me, this is why I love so much being with my kids, because it feels so much like that. Like, I grew up in Hawaii, and we were always, my cousins and I, we all lived so close, and we did so many things together. Dance hula, we had so many parties, and I just grew up in that environment where it was very connected and it was very tribal. Not that we didn't have any problems or anything, it's just that that sense of belonging, was very deeply ingrained inside of me. And I really want to create that, like, within my own family, but also even if we're not blood related. I know there's so many people that are connected to me, that are, in this community that I feel so connected to, my star brothers, my star sisters, and we're going through this journey together, and it's just amazing to have that deeper connections. I don't have any more connections in the form of friends where it's very superficial, where it's very 3D, and we just talk about the weather and things like that. Like, I don't have friends like that anymore. All of the connections that I make now are just so much more on such a soul level, a spiritual level, and I feel that that's where we are headed towards, more of a connection where it's so deep, and also we empower each other too as well. I've never had in my life where I've had girlfriends that are super catty or jealous. Have you? I've never. Probably in your age, you kind of have been, but I've never really had that. But women, I really truly feel that women, we have to go back to that way of the priestess, where we lifted each other up. We were sisters, even though we aren't blood sisters, we are still sisters, and a unified collective as divine feminines, and especially as awakened divine feminines here on the planet. Together we are a force that will help, shift so much as we go through this journey of coming back to our Christos Sophia codes. So many women will understand, the power that they hold inside to help with shifting so many things on a spiritual level, and which will translate into, our reality here on earth. So for me, this whole year has been so much about ancestral healing, family lineage healing. Also, for me, it was a lot about healing unworthiness and not feeling deserving. I felt that those kinds of things, like, not wanting to stand out, not wanting to be different. I've kind of not embraced some of my gifts, and this year I just made it a point to really embrace the gifts that have been awakened within me. And so I encourage you guys to do that. Whatever your gifts are, you're meant to share those gifts out in the world. You're meant to share yourself, your divine blueprint, who you are, whatever you're passionate about. You're meant to share those things with the entire planet. This is why you're here. We're here as co-creators. We all hold this God consciousness that is just flowing within every cell of our being, and we're here to bring all of that into existence, into our reality. And this is how we're going to shift New Earth together. So I'm really excited for 2023. I wanted to ask you, Heaven, what are you excited about this year?
I'm excited to work here. I don't know yet. I haven't really set any goals for myself in 2023. I'm excited to just get back out there again.
Yay. So good. Well, thank you so much for coming on here, even though you didn't want to. The things I make my kids do. But this is the first time I've ever had, like, you know, anyone besides Iggy with me. So it's nice that I get to have, like, the first person here is my daughter, which is so nice. But also I feel like it was very timely because of everything that has gone on. Make it such a great 2023, you guys. There's so much coming for us. There's so many things that we can do to create, you know, the highest version of ourselves this year. Break through all of those blocks and challenges within you, and if you feel, you know, those things that are holding you back, now's the time to break free from those chains, from that bondage, and step into who you really are. Do you have any last closing things for?
Yes, do that. I don't mean to be like a party pooper in this. I'm just like, I can't muster up the words of wisdom right now, but I think you got it all.
Yeah. Well,
we need to go. That's
okay. All right. So Heaven's 29 years old, and she's got still a lot of life to live, and I just know that you're going to bring such an amazing positive force on the planet. I've known since I had her. I mean, I held her my arms for the very first time. I was like, oh, she's gonna change the world and make it a better place, when she was just 1 day old.
She's told us that every day for my whole life. So
and
whether I actually believe that myself or not, I feel like you pretty much planted that seed. So
yep,
I got no choice now. I gotta go change the world, make it a better place.
There you go. That's the last parting words we're gonna have is, go out, change the world, and make it a better place with your great ideas, because you've got so much percolating in there that is so amazing, and there's so much light in you, and now is the time to just illuminate this planet, illuminate your community, illuminate your family, and just illuminate yourself. So I love you guys so much. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Make it a great 2023. Love you guys.